Hey everybody, welcome back to this month's OCD gaming news, and girl, there is a lot to talk about, so let's get to it. First things first, we have to give a special shout out to my beloved Patreons at the infected level. Big shout out to D Cells, Sven Jacobs, Dave934, Daniel Kelly, Cody Neff Rogers, and Taylor Wall. Thank you for supporting the struggle, and thanks for supporting me on Patreon. Now, back to the news. It's time for the Gamers Court. So today on the docket, the plaintiffs in question, the delusional video game community. Now, I know we all love our video games and we love our favorite characters so much. No one is probably more beloved to me and to so many others is Joel in The Last of Us. Now, spoiler alert, if you haven't played part 2, some people have a hard time dealing with Joel's death. Joel in the game dies by Abby. Now, we know that this is just a game, right? Jocelyn Mettler was the face model for Abby in The Last of Us Part 2. And she has been getting death threats and harassment because people actually think she is the person who killed Joel Miller. Now, I don't have time for that kind of fuckery, foolery, shenanigans. I don't even know what to say to that. This same thing happened to Laura Bailey, because she was the voice actress for Abby in The Last of Us Part 2. She got death threats and harassment as well. What is going on this good green earth that people think that make-believe characters are actually committing crimes in make-believe games? What is happening in this world? This is insane to me. The delusions. Now, we know the gaming community can be toxic and vile at times, but this takes the cake. I am tired of hearing about this. I am tired of reporting this. It has been 3 years since the game came out. We have all moved on. Like, we have to get on with our lives. Especially me. I love Joel so much, and I was devastated when I found out he was killed in the game. But it was in the game. In the game. Girl. So this harassment has got to stop. This foolery has got to end. Stop blaming actresses and voice actresses and face models for committing imaginary crimes. It ain't real, bitch. It's not real. Now get out of my courtroom. Next case. Now, there is a lot of exciting gaming news that happened this month, but none more exciting to me the Double Fine documentary, the Psychodyssey that was released this past month. I have been waiting for them, Double Fine 2-Player Productions, to release this documentary on Psychonauts 2, the making of Psychonauts 2. I was thrilled when it finally dropped, and it dropped the entire series at once, 32 parts. And I've watched every second of every video in the series. Not only was it gripping and heartbreaking and just sometimes really tough to watch, to see our beloved devs go through the gigs and how much work and time and stress and energy and how much of their blood, sweat, and tears goes into making that game, that went into making Psychonauts 2. I was going to talk about it anyway regardless, but at the very end of the finale episode, yours truly has a little cameo. Yes, bitch! I was in the Double Fine documentary in a little clip of on the last episode. They have me, just like a quick shot of me playing Psychonauts 2. There's only showed 2 players, a husband and wife couple that voiced some of the characters in the game in the casino section. So, and like he is like the biggest Psychonauts fan. And then they show me. Bitch, I was blown away. I fell out of my chair. I could not believe. I needed like a moment. I needed like a lie down after that. I couldn't believe it. I was so thrilled. So I cannot believe that they showed little old me in the documentary, and it was like the highlight of my life. No, it literally was. So check out the docu-series if you haven't. Let me know if you've watched any of it. I literally binge watched it as much as I could over, I think it was like a couple of days it took me to get through the whole thing. So I was so excited to see it, and literally gagged that I was actually in it for about a couple of seconds. I was thrilled. So thank you for including me, Double Fine. They're not watching this, but thank you for including me in the documentary, a tiny part. You know how much I love my Double Fine and how much I love Psychonauts 2. And if you haven't played it, you better play it. It's it was my game of the year. when it came out, 2021. Check out the documentary. Play Psychonauts 2 if you haven't, and you know how hard they worked on the game, and it's such a beautiful game. I loved it. Now, in other DEidre topical news, I'm not sure if you all know, I love heavy metal and I love video games. And when the two meet and the two come together, it makes my life. The game Metal Hellsinger came out last year and I played some of it and I absolutely loved it. The music, metal artists that like we love and adore, and it was a rhythm-based game and it was everything. Okay, I loved it. It deserves all the love, right? Just for all the heavy metal love that they give. My favorite deathcore band, I don't know if you know this, I may or may not have mentioned this several hundred times on this channel, that I'm a huge Lorna Shore fan. They're a deathcore band from Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. Last 2 years, they were my album of the year. I am such a fan of them. Love Will Ramos, the singer. Love the whole band. I have to go see them live. And when Metal Hellsinger came out, I was like, how come Mr. Will Ramos is not on the soundtrack? It was announced on March 7th that Mr. Will Ramos will be appearing in Metal Hellsinger, and I almost lost my freaking mind. I was so excited. So you know, when the DLC drops on March 29th, I will be playing it on my channel, getting my life, listening to Will Ramos. If you haven't played Metal Hellsinger, check it out. It is so much fun to play. If you love metal, you will love the music, and you will love the gameplay. It's really fun. And the DLC comes out on March 29th with Lorna Shore's Will Ramos. You know, I will be playing it on my channel. I love them. Show our Lorna Shore boys some love. Show Will Ramos some love. If you're not following them, if you haven't ever heard of them, you go listen to them and tell them I sent you. Now, big news today just dropped. I'm recording this on the 14th of March. Allegedly, supposedly, there is going to be a PlayStation 5, PS5 Pro in the works, already allegedly in development. Supposedly, now this is the word on the interwebs, just broke today, that they all been working on it. It's been in development, and it's probably going to be out late 2024. Now, this was reported by Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming. Now, the PS5 Pro would likely bring increased visuals and ray tracing performance. But no worries if you just got your hands on the PS5 finally, right? It's been out for like 2.5 years. If you've just got your hands on the PS5, no worries. There's no plans for a next gen before 2028. So we will get our money's worth out of the PS5. So what do you think of this PS5 Pro? Will you be interested in getting it if you don't have a PS5? Or will you be getting both? Let me know in the comments. Now, last month, PlayStation had a kind of disappointing state of play. I mean, I watched it. I was not moved. I was not shook by it. And I was a little underwhelmed. And apparently so were a lot of other people. After a kind of disappointing showcase, PlayStation State of Play, Sony is allegedly bringing us a pre-E3 showcase. Let's hope that they give us something a little meatier, something with a little more substance, some things we are dying to know, like Wolverine, Spider-Man 2. I want to know more. So hopefully we'll be getting some information. They will be talking about the game, maybe release date window. I really want to play that Wolverine game, and I want to know more. Plus, I want to know more about some unannounced titles. Hopefully, they will drop something on us that we will be very excited to hear about. So, what do you think? Will they be having this pre-E3 showcase? Hopefully, they will be giving us some exciting news at this alleged supposed pre-E3 conference. Let me know what you're most excited to see, hear about coming up for PlayStation in the coming year. Now, on February 16th, Telltale Games announced that they have raised $8 million from Hero Capital and Skybound, so they can continue working on their games. As you know, making video games is very, very expensive. So they are working on The Wolf Among Us 2 and an unannounced game as well. I hope this is a positive situation for all involved. And speaking of The Wolf Among Us 2, Telltale Games have announced that they have to postpone it. They want to avoid crunch, and I agree. Crunch is not good for anybody, and you know, the people suffer for it, the games suffer for it. People want to complain the game isn't good because people have to rush through it to make a good game and crunch. So I'm supportive of the decision to delay the game. I wish them the best of luck in finishing the game. and we will be ready to play it when it's done. I'm very excited to play The Wolf Among Us 2. Guys, before I had the channel, I think I just watched so many playthroughs of The Wolf Among Us that it didn't make any sense for me to play it on the channel because I'd seen so many Let's Plays of it and like every decision made, so like it would kind of be like uneventful for me to even play it on the channel. But I will be playing Wolf Among Us 2 and I'm really excited for it. So hopefully it'll be out early 2024, just because I'm excited to play it, but I want them to get it done the right way. Are you excited to play it? Were you kind of disappointed by the delay? Let me know in the comments. Now, we know that Norman Reedus will be starring in DS2, aka Death Stranding 2, with Hideo Kojima, the worst kept secret in gaming history. He had blabbed before the official announcement was made or the reveal was made. Hideo Kojima posted this on his Instagram stories on March 14th. This looks like this is the very first shot of the very first mocap of Death Stranding 2. Very exciting. This came in after I already recorded, so this is future Deidre letting past Deidre and all you guys know. This is very exciting. First shot for Death Stranding 2. It seems that Norman Reedus is not only working on The Walking Dead in Paris, he is also working with his head boss in charge, Hideo Kojima. They were spotted in Paris together by the Eiffel Tower, you know, as friends do when they're when they're hanging out together in Paris. I'm assuming they met up to talk about Death Stranding 2 at least. Maybe do a little voice recording, maybe do a little mocap recording, maybe have a couple of croissants, some wine, some cheese, who knows. But I was very happy to see the two of them together hanging out in Paris. I am so excited. I have been waiting so anxiously, so impatiently for Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga to be released, or maybe even a release date window. Like, I am counting down already, like, is it going to be in 2023? Is it going to be in 2024? I just want to know the release date window so I can start my unofficial countdown, because I'm so excited to play it, guys. It just looks so gorgeous. I have been like obsessed with it ever since the reveal, and they don't say much about it. I even tweeted about it, like, I need this game to come out. And it was so funny because after I tweeted about it, like the next day they dropped the video. Not because I tweeted about it, obviously, it just how it happened to be perfect timing. They released a video showing how they went all out to capture the landscape of Iceland for the game, to get that real feel, Icelandic realness, so they can bring that authenticity to the game and the gameplay. And they also showcased how hard it was to do during the pandemic and how they had to do it. So I highly recommend watching this behind the scenes, how they recorded the topography of Iceland and how they got everything together so they could get the most authentic, realistic feel for the landscape. It was fascinating and beautiful, and I could not be more hyped for the game to come out. And I am definitely appreciative of all the hard work they already put into it. So hopefully we'll be getting a release date window soon, I hope. Some bad gaming news today. Unfortunately, Luminous Productions, the game dev company who brought us Forspoken, has been dissolved back into Square Enix, and it was only after 1 month after the release of the game. This is sad news. Regardless if you love the game or not, you know how much hard work went into it, and it always like kind of breaks my heart when I hear these horror stories, because it is such a cutthroat biz when it comes to, like, you don't make the money, you don't make, like, the same thing happened like with Days Gone. Like, it caused such a shakeup because it didn't get the Metacritic score that everyone thought it should have gotten. So whatever. I had plans on playing it. I reduced time to record, gameplay, edit, upload stuff. You know, I only do like a video every other day. And then like the Last of Us HBO series was like, you know, something that was just like a short series that I had on the channel. I have no time really to even branch out more than that. I would love to spend more time editing and recording and uploading. There was just not enough time in the world. So I was going to play it, but I was still playing Plague Tale Requiem, and I think I'm at the very end of God of War Ragnarok, honestly, and I'm like a little sad and like I don't want it to end because I'm absolutely loving it. Like, should I even, you know, start playing this? And I was like, let me just watch like the opening, let me watch some gameplay, and I tell you, I couldn't even get through the gameplay or the opening scenes of it. It literally did. I think it looks gorgeous. The gameplay, the characters, I just think it looks beautiful, right? But it just, when I tried, I'm like, how can I play this game if I can't even get through watching like the first 10 minutes or just watching the gameplay. Honestly, sometimes the game isn't for me. Sometimes the game isn't for you, and that's okay. I appreciate the hard work, and I feel really bad. Like, I wasn't shitting on it. I wasn't like singing its praises. Like, it really just didn't grab me. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It just didn't grab me. It did nothing for me. So no shade to the game. That's just my personal opinion. I know some people loved it. I know some people hated it. If a game doesn't excite me, it's like I might as well not even play it, because like it's not going to hold my attention. It'll be a boring let's play to watch because I won't be excited about it. That doesn't say that I have to absolutely love every game, but like if you're interested in a game, like it shows if you are, if you're not. So since my time is so limited, I decided against not playing it because of that. So it's just sad that this didn't go well for them. My heart goes out to them and the devs who worked so hard on it. Let me know in the comments, did you play it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? It just didn't do anything for you? But I like to see video games succeed regardless of who makes them, because I know how much hard work goes into making them. So let me know in the comments if you played it and if you loved it. It is officially the end of the first season of The Last of Us HBO series, and let me tell you something. That series was incredible. I absolutely loved it. I was not ready for it to end. It was trending on Twitter the last couple of weeks, and I was very happy to see our video game franchise get all the love it deserves. More and more people were watching it every week. More people were engaged with it. It was renewed before even the second episode aired. It's renewed for season 2. We saw our beloveds from the original game. Troy Baker, who played Joel, played James in episode 8 for those who are in need. I was very thrilled that they did a great job with that, and Troy Baker did a awesome job. And then for episode 9 we got to see Ashley Johnson, which I was so thrilled to finally get our Anna backstory that we never got in the games. We just were alluded to her existence and that she didn't live long and that she just gave birth to Ellie and she was a nurse, right? So we finally got to see her backstory and how she gave birth to Ellie, how Ellie came to be, and that she was the mother of Ellie, and that she literally gave birth to the character of Ellie, because Ellie would not have been as self-sufficient, as sassy as she would have been if Ashley didn't wasn't as collaborative with them and telling them like what she felt like Ellie would have done, so she definitely gave birth to the character of Ellie, who is like one of the most beloved video game characters, right? So it was incredible to finally get that backstory, which is what I desperately wanted to see in Last of Us Part 2, but we got it in the show and I was thrilled. Neil Druckmann also tweeted out, I think the day before or the day of the episode, of his American Daughters poster, which was an Easter egg in Uncharted 4 in Cassie's room. Now, from the second I saw that, I was like, it was in the epilogue chapter in Cassie's room. I'm like, this has got to be Ellie's mom. The pregnant, right? Who else could it possibly be? It didn't look like Ellie because she didn't have like red hair, so she had darker hair. So he tweeted out that poster, which I was like, finally, after all these years, it was like alluded to even in Uncharted 4, which I think came out in 2018, if I'm correct. So I was very happy to see that Easter egg come to fruition. I never knew if we were going to ever see Ellie's mom's story play out, Anna's story, and I was so thrilled that we did. We not only saw Ashley in the series, we had 2 very important cameos. One important cameo is Laura Bailey played one of the nurses or the doctors, we don't know like the official title if she was a doctor or a nurse, in the surgery room that prepped Ellie for surgery in the show. She was one of the medical staff. It was confirmed by Neil Druckmann later on that day or that night that she played one of the nurses or the medical staff, and which I thought was a really cool Easter egg. It was a really cool cameo, but you don't see it because you don't realize it's her because she's got the mask on, she's prepped for surgery, she's in the scrubs and everything. So I thought that was so cool. I love to see it. And even when I was watching the episode, if you watch my reaction video, I said, I wonder if we're going to see Abby at the hospital. And I did not notice. And if you blinked, you would have missed it. But Dom the Bomb, I thought I knew everything about The Last of Us. He puts me to shame. He literally zabrooted the episode and went back and found a shadowy figure running out of the hospital scene when Joel is taking out all the fireflies when he's coming to save Ellie. A shadowy figure with a long braid flowing behind her, allegedly, is Abby. It has not been confirmed, but I went back and I watched it and I saw the clip. And I'll be damned if that is not Abby and them foreshadowing Abby coming for Joel. So now she sees, now at this time, she would have been around the same age as Ellie at the time of Ellie's rescue. So she would have been too young really to like try and take out Joel when he's like, he literally just slaughtered everyone in the hospital. But she got a good look at him, and I'm thinking that's what they're going to go with. And that's where her plot of revenge will start. So I don't know if we'll see it, or maybe just a shadow of her coming up in season 2. There's a lot of story they said to tell, and that there's more than one season's worth of storytelling for the Last of Us HBO series. We did get a little Easter egg, allegedly, supposedly not confirmed, but kind of confirmed, that Dina was in Tommy's outpost, Tommy's town. She was looking at Ellie when her and Joel first arrived, which we know from the conversations between her and Dina when they're out scavenging around, when they're out on Mishima. So we know that she did see her when she first came here. So, you know, we all picked up on that. I know I picked up on it. But this, if you blinked, you missed this long-haired, ponytailed person running in the darkness, a shadowy figure. Shout out to Dom the Bomb, who first found it. So I was very excited to share that news with you, and I'm very excited to see what they're going to bring us for season 2. What did you think of the series? Let me know in the comments. I have said this before. I wish there was maybe 2 more episodes. I wish we had a little bit more infected. I think it would have brought the point home more why we were fighting so hard to save Ellie from the Fireflies, from her dying for this cure. Like, we barely saw her infected. Like, they really touched on episode 2 where we were with Tess when we first take Ellie. And they're like, there's like a underground, like they feel the tendrils all over. If, there's like 10 miles away, they'll sense you, they'll come after you. It's like they were, you know, that's how they set it up. And then they just never brought it up again. Like, we never ran into any other infected except Henry and Sam. That was like the big infected scene. And the last episode, we got one infected with Ellie's mom, Anna. I wish they really just spent maybe 10 minutes here and there, like maybe not every episode, but like maybe every other episode. I feel like we needed more infected to bring home the point of how devastating they are to this world. Like, why do we need this cure so bad? Like, we barely saw them. People are getting infected, yes, you see, but like the terror of the infected, I think, could have been a little more present. That's all I mean. Did I love the series? I absolutely loved it. If you watch any of my reviews and reactions, you know I love the show. I think I cried every freaking episode, every time I watched it. I just loved it so much. I felt it could have been a little bit more affected, a little bit more time. I feel like they rushed through the story a lot for a couple of things. So I would have loved to seen a little more, slow it down a little bit, give us a little more nuance, but I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. But those are my only 2 critiques. Constructive criticism. I'm sure Neil Druckmann is not crying, worrying about my constructive criticism. He don't give a shit what I have to say. No one at Naughty Dog is bothered by what I have to say, and I just enjoyed the hell out of it. I loved it so much. But if I had any kind of critique, I don't want to be a complete fangirl, but it's just honest. I'm just being honest with you, and that's hard for me to say because I love this franchise so damn much. It's hard for me to critique it at all, but I have to be real. That's how I really feel. But I did love it. I loved seeing Tess. I loved the winter chapter. I loved seeing Bill and Frank, like Tess and Ellie and Joel. Like, it was just an incredible series. Let me know if you are going through the gigs now that the series is over. I know I'm going through the gigs. What am I going to do on Sunday nights now? I love watching it so much. Okay, so here is the artwork. Work, bitch. For this month, thank you to Miss Rain. Shout out to Miss Rain. I totally forgot this month to even send out the request. I've been so busy, guys. It's been insane. Life is crazy right now, so I'm doing my best to stay on track and stay consistent with video uploads and stuff like that. I have not had time to even send out the request for artwork. Guys, you can send it to me anytime. Just tag me or send it to me on Twitter and just let me know I can use it for my gaming news episode. So thank you to Miss Rain for sharing this gorgeous shot of Ellie and The Last of Us. She is a huge Last of Us fan, and she always is so kind to share her beautiful shots with us. Thank you so much to Miss Rain. Shout out to Miss Rain. And here is the video game release dates for the month. I'm very excited. I almost forgot, guys. I'm so wrapped up in God of War and trying to finish it. I almost forgot that Burning Shores Horizon Forbidden West is coming out next month. I'm so excited. Like, they haven't, you know why? I think I kind of forgot about it because they haven't mentioned a thing about it. I don't think it's going to be delayed because they are spot on with their release dates. I don't think they've delayed anything. Not even the first DLC, the Frozen Wilds, they didn't delay either. So hopefully we'll be seeing the Burning Shores on time, but they haven't mentioned it at all. So that's what I'm excited to play next. I will be, once I finish God of War, depending on when I'm finishing with that, I will be playing The Devil in Me. I have to finish the 5th game in the series for the Dark Pictures. You know, I love that whole series. And I didn't have a chance to play it last year. There was like no time to play it. So I'm going to play that. What are you going to be playing coming up? What are you excited to play? Let me know in the comments. Metal Hellsinger, the DLC is coming out on the 20th. I will be playing that as well. So I guess there is some stuff for me to play coming up, but nothing big that I'm like, that I know we have the date for, that I'm dying for. Unless, I don't know. Let me know what you're looking forward to play and what's on your horizon to play coming up. Now it's time for the yes, bitch, and the mess. My yes for the month. I think it's no surprise to know what my yes for the month is. My yes for the month, day, week, year was being included in the Double Fine documentary. I'm still like, honestly, I'm still shook over it. I cannot believe it. I almost felt, I literally fell out of my chair. I could not believe when I saw my face on that screen. I couldn't believe it. I'm a huge Double Fine fan. I'm a huge supporter of them. I love their games, obviously. I'm obsessed. I'm wearing my Brutal Legend shirt right now. That wasn't even on purpose. Was so blown away, and I got very emotional when I saw it. I could not believe it. The fact that they even recognize that I'm such a huge fan of theirs and support their work so much. It meant so much to me. I can't even explain how much it meant to me to even see that couple of seconds of me, them knowing that I even exist is insane to me. So that was my yes for the day, week, month, year, life. What was your yes for the month? Let me know in the comments. What was your gaming yes for the month? Now it's time for the mess. Now, my mess for the month, I am calling out. No, I'm not calling out anymore. I'm kidding. My mess for the month is Play Dead. And I am doing so with love because I am a huge fan of Play Dead. I was such a fan of Inside. I love that game, and when that game ended, I just wanted more. Now, Jump Ship just came out with Somerville, I think in October, November. I also played that on the channel last year at the end of the year. That was a surprise drop that I was so happy. The two owners split. One stayed with Play Dead. Dino Patti went to Jump Ship, and Chris Olsen and him worked on Somerville, which I loved. But I am wondering, where the hell I'm putting out an APB on Play Dead and their unannounced new IP that they have been working on for, I'm going to say 6 years. I'm going to say, has that been 6 years? We have not seen hide nor hair of, except for 4 screenshots. Oh my God. Guys, this isn't really a mess. This is me being messy, only because I love them so much and I want the game to come out. So it's messy of me to even bring this up. But honestly, like, I got to talk about it. I gotta talk about it. What is going on with that game? I have a feeling they're just gonna drop it on us, like boom. Like, no, they're gonna be like, it's coming out next week, and here is a teaser trailer, and we're gonna be like salivating. What do you guys think is going on with that game? I don't doubt that it's coming out. I don't doubt that it's going to shred us from the inside out, emotionally, physically. I know it's gonna be incredible. But I kind of just want to know when it's coming out. I don't care if it comes out in 3 years. Like, I wish it wouldn't come out in 3 years. I wish it would come out sooner. But I just have to know. I love to count down for games. It's like my favorite thing to do and look forward to. I wish we get a little teaser, another screenshot, please. We are starving here. I'm starving for a soundbite, a teaser, a screenshot, something. Let us know that the game is still alive, that we're going to get it. So it's not really a mess, but I'm being messy about it. Did you forget about it? Did you forget they were even coming out with a game? I'm obsessed with this stuff, so I can't stop thinking about it. I think about it all the time. Anyway, guys, that's it for this month's O.C.D gaming news. What were your yeses? What were your messes? What was your favorite thing to play this month? Let me know in the comments. And please, guys, if you like me and my shenanigans, please leave me a like. Share, subscribe. Please give this girl a subscribe. I can't get a subscriber to save my life. Please. You can also support me on Patreon. Give your girl a little video game money. Give your girl a little makeup money. A little false eyelash money. A little fabric money for the cosplays that I have been working on. Wink, wink. Wink. I've been working on cosplays also behind the scenes. I'm videotaping my process as well. I know I usually just take pictures because I literally get so into it that I forget to even record like a video of it. So I'm trying to remember to do that this time. So I'm working on a bunch. I'm working on 5, but like I'm really working on 2 at the moment. So I've been doing that behind the scenes, sewing, crafting, shenanigans. It's going to be really good. I'm really trying to up my game when it comes to cosplays for the video games. Support me on Patreon. We have a lot of fun there. You get an extra video every week if you're at the Firefly or Infected level. Infected get their name shout out at the beginning of the video. And every week I do a little blog post. I do a mini post for everyone there. And I just appreciate you guys so very much for supporting me on Patreon. And thanks for everyone who watches these videos. Thank you to everyone who leaves a comment. Thank you to everyone who supports me and is just here and likes and retweets my videos. I appreciate you all so very much. So thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate you all so much. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be back with more.